Home base, it's all about the home. Home decor, interior and exterior design, choosing paint colors, picking out rugs, organizing closets, being productive in your home office, and so much more. Let's jump right into today's episode with Southern Inspirations partner, Shepherd Organizing Solutions. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations, and joining me is Paige Shepherd with Shepherd Organizing Solutions for Tip Tuesday. Yeah. That's cool, but I get so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited about today. It's a good one.
Yes, well, they're all good, but you just come up with like the best topics, and it's just so timely.
Thank you.
Love the description that you sent me to put. And it's like, if you've been following these tips that we've been covering about decluttering, you're really going to like this. I was like, that's right. So welcome to everyone who has joined already. I see we have 2 or 3 people. Thank you. Give us a comment. Let us know that you're watching. And so today we're going to talk about garage sale prep. And you know, Paige, I always have a story.
Okay, let's hear it.
But this one's really just a very short story. So the neighborhood I live in, twice a year, there's like neighborhood wide garage sale, one in the spring and one in the fall.
Okay.
The one for the fall for this year was last weekend. I think it was last weekend. And I did not participate. I didn't even walk around to try to buy anything this year. And I think it's because I have been in such a state of clean out, declutter, tidy up, even though I'm sure there were several things out there that I would have liked to have purchased. I didn't even go buy anything, but I do enjoy garage sales. So.
Well, this may not surprise you, but I'm not a garage sale attender. I'm not at all. I mean,
wow.
I don't, I mean, I'm not saying I'm above it or against it. I try so hard to keep things decluttered in my home. I'm like, unless I'm looking for something very specific that someone has posted online or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't appeal to me, but I find it so rewarding to declutter my house and sell my stuff to other people. Pay for your
So you're the garage sale organizer and haver. Like you will have a garage sale. That's probably not even a word, but you know,
okay.
We're just not going to go attend one.
Right.
Oh, goodness. Well, today is all about the best way to prepare y'all, because when I think about a garage sale, I just envision your whole garage just covered up with all this stuff. You've got tables piled up. You've got to find somewhere to hang the clothes, and then you've got boxes of shoes, and it can really become just a big fat mess. Mm-hmm. So I am anxious to hear, even though I probably won't have a garage sale for a while. I know there are some people watching who will, so I'm anxious to hear how you're going to teach us to organize it.
Yeah. So like you said, there are a lot of different approaches when it comes to having a garage sale. Some people are like, nope, too much work, donate it all, or they just shove it in the closet and then hire me later, you know.
And hey, you're okay with that too.
But there's different approaches when it comes to setting up garage sales too. Like somewhere in between throwing it all out in the street and letting people rummage through it, and then setting up like a beautiful storefront where you price everything. And most people fall somewhere in the middle. So this process that I'm going to share today has worked really well for Chris and I every single time that I've done it, but that doesn't mean that it would work well for everyone else. So hopefully the tips that I share could just give you like a little outline to follow if you need that, and then you can adapt it to however you need for your garage sale. So the very first time I was preparing to have a garage sale, you know, Chris and I don't have children. We have only been married now for 7 years. So then it wasn't even like we'd been married for that long. And people I think out of kindness, we're like, don't waste your time. If you don't have kids' clothes, if you don't have toys, you're not going to make any money. So just Chris and I alone, we made several $100s just doing it one day, like almost $1,000. And I was like, to me, that's worth it.
Yeah.
So then I started gathering it. I would tell my family or some close neighbors or friends of mine, like, I know you don't want to put forth the effort to host it at your house, but if you bring your stuff and it's already priced, then you can sell it in our garage sale. Like, because the more stuff you have, the more people you attract.
Oh, yeah, right.
So every single time it has been like incredibly successful, which is so exciting. And oftentimes we don't have big items either. Like, I don't mean size, I mean price, So don't feel discouraged or think that you can't do it if you don't have the right things. Hopefully this will help. So let me start by saying this though. I have helped with a few people. I think 3 different clients I've helped set up their garage sale before. So if that's something that you want to do, you want to make some money on all the things that you've decluttered, I would be happy to help you go through the process of setting up your garage sale in a way that is, more attractive, easier for people to see your things. So that's one of the services I offer too.
Okay. I love it. Well, I have actually got my phone pulled up so that I can see people's names. And so thank you, Holly, as always, for joining. Thank you, Ann, my friend Ann Fox, that's watched us a couple of times. Thank you, Ann, for joining. And then Jody Schatz is watching. So thank you. So if y'all see me looking over, it's because I'm checking the comments. I really want to do a better job of recognizing folks when they wave and join and comment. So thank you so much, y'all, for joining and for letting us know that you're watching. Okay, press on.
Okay, so the first thing you should do is choose a date that works for you. So I try to not just look at the weekend, but try to look at the whole week. Where I have a little bit more flexibility in the days leading up to the garage sale, because it does take time to set it up. And like, I don't have 15 folding tables, so I have to borrow tables from neighbors or whoever. So, I like to plan events. So I kind of think this is like a garage sale event planning tutorial.
Oh my goodness.
Probably too much. I
can see that.
Anyway, so you choose a day. And I also try to consider the forecast. Things change, but you don't want it to be so hot that people aren't coming out, or snowing and sleeting. You want somewhere in the middle. So typically that's when people like to do spring, early summer, and then fall. Also, another popular time to do it is if we have a warmer weekend in January. People enjoy doing that too. I've noticed that that's been a good time. I've never had one then, but I know of other people that have. So let's see. If I'm going to go through all of the effort to have a garage sale, then I'm going to do it for 2 days. I've learned that that's the most effective way.
Really?
So I do it on Friday morning and Saturday morning. And I've always thought, like, who's going to come on Friday? People are working.
Right.
There are avid garage sailors. There have been sometimes we've hosted one where Friday has been more, beneficial for us monetarily than Saturday. So
do you think that's because they think they're beating the crowd? Like if Friday, they want, but before all the good stuff is gone?
Yeah, I do think that. And that they're kind of right. It gets picked over, sometimes it gets picked over. So I typically do Friday and Saturday, 7 to noon. If it's really busy at noon still, then I'll keep going till, you get to decide. You're in charge. You get to decide when you want it to end. Like I said earlier, I invite other families to join in with me, because then you can advertise it as a multi-family garage sale, which people are more drawn to that because that means more junk, more stuff for them.
It's true.
Okay, now this one is what you alluded to earlier, Michelle. I think before you have the garage sale, it's so important to declutter your entire home. So
I knew that was going to come up. I'm surprised it didn't come up before you said choose a date. I'm a little bit disappointed.
Well, I was kind of thinking if you choose a date, then you give yourself some lead time to prepare. to declutter.
I gotcha. All right. Well, there we go. There's our key ingredient.
Yeah, so I really go through every nook and cranny, every drawer that hasn't been opened in a while, every bin, every basket, closet, going through every space, because really the real reward is getting your home decluttered. The money you make is just icing on the cake, right?
Yes. Look, Jody said, "Build it, and they will come."
You're right, Jody. You're so right. Okay, so let's see. So declutter, and remember your goal is decluttering your home, and the money is just the bonus. So, and then once you've got everything out, or at least, in some holding
garage.
this is what I do. I sort it into categories. So I think like as if it were a store. It's not like that, but I think like kitchen, clothes, toys, whatever, tools, different categories. And I kind of try to set up, when I'm setting up the garage sale, I group those things together. So if someone's coming to look for tools, or if they're coming to look for shoes, they go to one spot in my driveway or my garage, and that's where all the shoes are. Do you have to do it that way? No, but it makes me feel better when I do that. Okay. And then I think that it really helps when people can easily see what you have. So clearly displaying the items. Sometimes you may have a box of books, or you may have a box of shoes, and that's fine for people to dig through. But if someone's just browsing, they're not going to see the things down the bottom of your box.
Right.
So I price everything. Now, again, I know that not some people don't do that, and that is a lot of effort. But I think that that's what works for me, and so that's why I'm sharing it. So don't overprice your items. Be reasonable. You want it to sell. Obviously, people are going to turn their nose up if you've got a shirt that's been worn numerous times and you're trying to sell it for $45. People aren't there trying to do that. They're looking for a deal. And then I did say to price every item, but sometimes I'll bundle items. So if I have an entire table of books, I'll make a little sign that says all books are 50 cents each, unless otherwise marked. If it's a book that is brand new or is more valuable, then I'll put a separate sticker on it. And I do that with things I have multiples of in a category. Like if you have a bunch of movies or shoes or, I don't know, vases, whatever. Everyone has random things in their garage sale.
Wow.
Okay. And then I like to kind of keep a fun environment. So I play some music. It's kind of fun that way. That's, again, just optional, but I think it's fun. And it makes it less awkward when people walk into your garage if you've got some sound going. It's important to keep change on hand. You don't want to not have change to give someone. So I keep a certain, amount of quarters and dollar bills and 5s and 10s. Just, it's important to have that so you can make change easily. Especially early in the morning. People come early in the morning with $100 bills. And, if you don't have enough change for the rest of the day, you're in trouble. Let's see. Oh, how to have a garage sale in the middle of a pandemic.
Okay, there you go.
I always had, pre-COVID, I had Germ-X out anyway because I like to have clean hands. So, but you can have that out. When someone comes up to pay, like whenever I would be getting within 6 feet of someone, or 6 to 12 feet, I'd put my mask on just out of respect for them and just over an overabundance of precaution. But that's different people, prefer different things, but you can do it. You can have a garage sale in a COVID-friendly manner, I think. I was really surprised at the number of people. We had one back in the summer, and I was really surprised at the number of people that wore masks, and it was hot. So
yeah, wow.
But people are just trying to be respectful for the most part. And anyways, that's a whole different topic. We don't have to go down that road. Let's see, advertise well. So I think this is what has really contributed to our garage sales being successful. People aren't going to come to my tiny little neighborhood in the middle of Bryant if they don't know about the garage sale. So I make really sturdy signs that are legible, that are, easy to see from far away, double-sided, put them in the ground firmly the day before, just so people that are looking for garage sales are looking for your signs. And some may argue that that's outdated. And I kind of wondered the first few that we had if they were coming from online advertisement or if they were coming from the signs. And it's pretty even. There are a lot of people that were like, "Oh, we were just driving over to Grandma's house today and saw your sign." Why?
What's wrong with that?
And then, like I just mentioned, using other social media, Facebook Marketplace, different Facebook yard sale groups that you can post in that you're having a garage sale. However you choose to promote it, just do it clearly and thoroughly. And then I recommend not doing it by yourself, just for safety.
Yeah.
That would be boring. But there's money involved and there's people in and out, and you're trying to also, like in my house, I keep my back to my door. But you just try to have to think about those things.
Right.
So it's safe. And then lastly, when you're all done with the garage sale and you've made millions of dollars, you'll probably have some things left over. So then you have to determine if you want to box it up and put it somewhere for a future sale, or if you want to trash it or donate it or whatever needs to be done. But I just would really encourage you not to leave it stacked in your garage for a whole year, because all that's doing is taking clutter from one area of your home and putting it in another, and that is not a solution.
Right.
So that was a lot of information, but those are just some of the tips that have worked well for us, and hopefully they work well for you.
Oh, those are all good. So on your pricing, you mentioned that you do price every item. Do you use like the little round pre-printed, 25 cent, 50 cent, $1, and just stick those on there?
Yeah, it kind of depends what the item is. I've not ever used those pre-printed ones, but that would be fine. I will, like the week before or a few weeks before, just get those little circle dots you're talking about that are blank, and I just go in and make several sheets of $1 and several sheets of 50 cents, so that after I get everything set up, then I can just go around and stick prices on it.
Yeah.
They don't always stick to everything, so I'll use, index cards or pieces of paper.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be beautiful. Just easy.
Yeah, I think for me personally, that's the most cumbersome part of the whole thing, is sitting item by item by item, pricing things out. But I do agree that it's best to do that, because you don't, especially if you're busy and you've got 2 or 3 people, how much is this? How much are you selling the books for? How much is that? You don't have time to deal with that in the moment of having people shop.
Yep.
And it's frustrating for the shoppers as well, I think.
I think so too. And like I said, some people probably think it's excessive and may have success not doing that. So you get to try it out and see what works for you. I just know that has always worked for us. So I'm going to keep doing it.
Well, always good tips. This was another good one. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And thank you again to everyone who's watching. If you have any tried and true garage sale tips that we've not talked about, drop it in the comments, whether you do that now or later. Paige and I both are always wide open to hear from you and what you've tried and what has worked. And I know that our audience always likes hearing that feedback as well, because we're all looking for safe ways to do things, and be organized and be productive, and have those homes that we enjoy with all of those things. So just give us that input. We welcome it for sure. Well, that is a wrap, y'all. And I will put in a plug for the nonprofits. As you are determining what to do with your leftovers, I'm sure that wherever you are, there is a shelter or home or some sort of organization that can use those kitchen items that did not sell, or that clothing or shoes. And I know that you all know that. But I just mentioned that just as a friendly reminder that I know there's plenty of places that can use the stuff. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and particularly with a lot of these nonprofit organizations that house the homeless and house those coming out of addiction in various different scenarios, abusive situations, they can always use our items that we just no longer need. So wanted to be sure to mention that. All righty. Yay. Another fun episode of Tip Tuesday. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day and great week. And we'll see you right back here next time. Bye, y'all.